All right. Hey man, it's your boy DJ Swag 100, man. You rocking with Straight Official, you know. DJ Swag 100 from Philadelphia Fleet DJs, baby. We in the building today with DJ Pynk Dyamond, VA State Manager, also Fleet Models Assistant Manager, man. All these accolades, we got the OG in the building. How you doing?
I'm doing good tonight. Despite, like I mentioned earlier, I've been running through some challenges today, but I'm good and blessed. Thank you.
Okay, well, hopefully, we can make it a better day with this interview, So, we just going to start off with two portions, because you are a fleet DJ, which is amazing because now we get to talk to a female, get a female perspectives of the DJ world, and then also, get a little insight on the modeling. You got 20 years in the game, so you definitely got some experience. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, like, just with being a model over 20 years, how do you just stay motivated with that in general, just continuously being motivated?
Well, number one, my kids are now grown. Okay. So I could do a whole lot more things, than being bottled down as a single parent. So that's what I chose to do after they got super grown and gone. They gone. So I figured out, okay, so I have a lot more years left into anything I do, actually. So I picked up I have been like hiatus at one time for about like 10 years when I was married.
Right.
And I picked back up in 2011 by auditioning for something that was going on at a casting call in Dallas, Texas, or Grapevine, Texas, when in which I was living out there for like 2.5 years. So I tried out for this company. I tried out for Runway, print, and commercial. So, and I actually won all three categories. So I was picked up by a Florida modeling agency.
Okay.
And I started working with them for like maybe 2 years. And then to me, I'm like, they're going to get 20% of my money. They ain't gave me no leads. I'm not going to stay.
Right.
So I didn't stay after the 2 years. I decided to do my own thing with models, where I did my first fashion show in Dallas, Texas, which was a super huge success because I didn't know no one there. You know what I'm saying? But I got the job done. I got like 18 models, male and female, to work with me to put on this fashion show. And then from there, I created a model team and decided to go back into it my own self to
Okay.
help models out.
So let me ask you this: what was your original interest in modeling, like getting into the industry?
Well, I wanted to do more commercials, more than anything, but I found throughout all those years my niche is print, which is magazines.
Right. Okay. So being as because we're gonna get to the DJ portion, I really want to just stay on the modeling portion, but I do have to ask you this: like, how do you organize your day? Being a fleet model manager, I mean, assistant manager or manager, and then also being a DJ manager of a whole state. Like, how do you manage to organize your schedule?
Well, I work best with them cell phones. You already know. I schedule, I work, to be honest with you guys, I work three real jobs, three of them,
Okay.
plus dealing with my own company and also with Fleet. So I just try to make sure, and I use the old school way too of managing my day on in a journal. I do that, and I also do it through my cell phones. So if I know I got to work, I don't work a regular 9 to 5. I work 9 to 6 or 11 to 8 at my full time job. So every second, every hour of the day, I'm doing something, and I got to make sure that I have the correct amount of time to do it. If
Right.
not, then I won't put myself in that position.
Right. You
Um,
sound like me multitasking.
I mean, I multitask too, but it's so much you can do when you're working I work a full-time job. I work two part-time jobs. I run my own little company,
So
and
let me
then I manage models through my company as well as help the fleet models, you
right.
know.
So let me ask
So
you this: with your roles, with the roles you have, the talent and the work ethic, do you feel under pressure sometimes? At
I
times,
do, I do, I do. I feel overwhelmed sometimes,
what do you
but
what do you do as a professional to like alleviate that or get over that hump?
um extracurricular activity. That's all you need to know.
All right, so let me ask you this: what do you feel as though is one of your greatest strengths as a model?
Um
As a strength,
it's definitely my print work, which is magazines. Like last year, I was in 21 magazine publications last year. Last year. This year I slowed down a little bit because I was trying to figure out, do I want to end it this year or keep trying to go on a little bit more? Because I also have a granddaughter, which I'm putting a lot of emphasis on her because she's so multi-talented. So she does DJing, modeling, dance, and I to be there for her. You know what I'm saying?
right. No, that's a good thing because like sometimes the children they always do pick up some of the things that we do and they're watching and they're seeing. So it's always good to have a nice amount of time in the game because I don't always want to say skill set, but time it grooms you. So having time in the game allows you to be able to help the younger ones and not just the children, but any other one that's coming up in the game to give them some of them jewels. But let me ask you this: because you're doing print, are there any particular clothes like that you particularly like wearing besides what they want you to wear? Like, do you have that "this my lane right here" type of clothes for you per se?
I'm more like a um girly type girl, if that makes sense. So I like a lot of dresses. I do rock the suits, but they gotta look girly.
Right,
You
right,
know, and the there are a lot of boutiques that I model for, but as far as me on an everyday basis, I just like I'll especially in the summer, I like rocking the sundresses, the maxi dresses. That's just because it's I feel free.
right, right. I understand. So let me get to
That's
this
the
though.
thing.
If you had a photo shoot, and I because I hear it a lot in the model industry. So how do you handle yourself when you're dealing with a photo shoot that involves uncomfortableness and criticism? How do you manage photo shoots like that as an artist, as a model? I'm sorry.
Um, oh, that's pretty easy because if I will tell you, I had one uncomfortable, two, maybe two out of the whole time I was modeling, but I had two uncomfortable. One photographer, was talking about parts of my body that I was like, dude, I am here for business. And if you don't want me to go upstairs to tell your wife how you're talking to me, I think you need to be quiet. So he actually stopped because we were shooting this in his home studio. Um and his wife was upstairs. I was not playing about that. I was gonna go up there. So ever since then, and I've shot with him afterwards, he don't say anything else to me no more because he know I'm strictly business. I don't have the energy or the time to go into something that is not related to business. You know what I'm saying? I
Right,
don't do photo shoots just to be doing photo shoots. No, I'm doing photo shoots to be in magazines, maybe to be on some flyers, maybe to get caught by somebody.
right. You in it for the placements. You in it for the
Yeah,
placements. We,
yeah.
we just
So
talked to one of your young fleet models the day before yesterday, and that's what we were saying. Placements is very
yeah,
important.
so I don't really. A lot of people say, but they say Pynk Diamond, man, you have so many pictures. I'm like, I got a lot of pictures y'all never seen because if they don't go into a magazine, I'm not putting them out.
Right. Well, that's the integrity of them too, because some certain models they know that certain pictures are worth something. They have to be given to or presented to the right people for the right price, or for the right situation, So I do understand placements and stuff like that of that nature. I do want to ask you one more modeling question before we switch over to the portion of where I get into learning about you as a DJ, and getting the audience to know about you as a DJ. Um, Let me ask you this: how do someone, as a model, they see this video and they might want to reach out to Pynk Diamond. They know you a VA state manager. They know that you a fleet manager when it comes to modeling. How would they go about getting with you, and what criteria do they need to even be a part of your personal modeling agency or getting involved with fleet models?
Well, for my agency, we're not taking any more models. I have 7. I had 18. And each year I had to chop people off because they're not working. So my company, which is DCS Entertainment and Management Company, we're not taking any more models. For fleet models, the criteria, you have to have 2 years of experience. You have to be 21 years old because the age definitely counts. Because if you're not 21, you can't get in the club to be a host model. So you
Right,
got to be 20, and you got to know how to brand yourself. If you don't know how to brand yourself, it's probably not going to work no way.
right, right. So how could the ladies get in contact with you? We'll definitely put that down here if it's not your Instagram.
Oh, they can go on Instagram for sure. Let me see. I'll give them the business one, not the personal one.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. And that's quick.
All right, definitely. We'll get that down there. We'll have that at the bottom of the screen for him. So, as a DJ, let me ask you, because you're a female, we know that quote unquote, this is a male driven uh I don't even want to say game, but uh profession, So what actually got you inspired, or who inspired you to actually be a DJ?
Um, I used to listen to 3 different DJs, primarily in the DMV. One was a guy named DJ Casper. Another guy was DJ Nasty Nate, and another guy which was DJ Rob Ski. So those 3 are DC, Maryland, and Richmond. Okay, so
Legend.
I know them, but I always used to always like, can I get a CD, or can I get a back then you had to ask for CDs. Can I get a CD, mix CD or something of you playing, blah, blah, blah. So I still have those CDs
Hmm.
of I mean, I got numerous CDs, but as I was listening to them, they didn't really inspire me. I inspired my own self because I like music, period. I used to play trumpet. I was first chair. I used to play French horn in the band. So I have a good ear for music. You know what I'm saying? And then I grew up with my 2 brothers that were also musically inclined, and we used to like play around in the room without instruments and make some beats and things happen. So I just like music. So that's how I got inspired to DJ. And plus, I had like shitloads of CDs. I was like, how can I get all this music and maybe one day be a DJ on
Right.
a in a library? So I think the reason why I made the change, or to go to DJing, I think even as a model, I was like, there's a lot of models think they can make money quick. It ain't happening. Okay. Not unless you get picked up by the right people. And
Right.
the right people could be people that's offering like 100,000 and more. That's modeling. But I was like, I need some revenue for my company. So why not just do DJing? Hey, I could do one-stop shop. I manage the artists, I manage the models, I be the DJ, and I'm the event planner. Hey, I don't need to hire no damn body but myself.
Right.
So I'm gonna teach myself how to DJ. And when I was in Dallas, Texas again, because I had to go over there to work, I was homesick. I don't like Texas, but I had to go over there to work. And so while I was over there, it was one Thanksgiving. I was like sitting around. Nobody came to my house. because I ain't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm homesick, can't see my daughter, my son, too far to fly. You just can't get in the car and drive, right? So I was like, I just like how to become a DJ.
You ain't bought everything you needed.
No, no, not yet. I went in there and researched, and then I ran into virtual DJ. So I downloaded it on my computer, and I just like kept messing with it for the whole Thanksgiving weekend, you know. And I was like, I kept thinking, I'm gonna be a DJ. I'm gonna be a DJ. That was in 2011. But then in 2015, at the end of December, this cat from California, he and I was in the same magazine, and he said, I sing here in Las Vegas and California, blah, blah, blah. You would be a good DJ for me. I said, that's crazy, because I was thinking about becoming a DJ in 2011.
Mm, mm. Let me
So,
let me ask you this though. As a DJ, right? We all got a certain thing, even though a lot of people do the same styles, we all play the same music, stuff like that. What sets you apart as a DJ for you?
I'm from New York City. So I love house music, any kind of house music, from techno, whatever house music it is. I can dance off of house music all the time. But then when I started living in the DMV, I
Hold it.
got a go-go, and I love go-go. You know what I'm saying? Then I thought about, okay, what kind of music did I grow up on that was super hot? You know what I'm saying? It's the throwbacks.
Yeah.
I don't care what year they from, they all throwbacks. So those three, that's my specialty. And house music is number one.
Now, is it hard getting the respect you deserve or need as a female DJ in the game? Like, is it harder to book shows or what I mean, certain things like that?
No, not for me.
That exists in the DJ world.
Mm-mm. Not for me, because I market myself, and a lot of the gigs that I've gotten were through referrals, through my sorority, through fraternities, because I'm part of that. So no. And I'm not the type of DJ. I don't want a DJ like you or him or him or him or her. No, I want a DJ like Pynk Dyamond.
Right.
You understand? So I'm not in competition with people. I don't care to be in competition with people. Um, Even when I first joined Fleet, I had somebody who was like, "You want to get in a battle?" I'm like, "No."
We gonna get to the fleet thing in a second. I hear you say
No.
sorority. You still DJing college parties? You out there rocking with the college kids?
Whatever the client hires me for, that's what I DJ.
Right, right.
You
So
understand?
I mean, sorority is okay to say. I got a sister that's an alpha Kappa alpha. I hear you saying a lot of pink, so I'm just trying to figure out
I,
is
I
that
I'm
something?
I'm SG Row, blue and gold.
Okay, blue and gold. Okay, okay. Um, Being a DJ, we see a lot of things. We be at a lot of crazy. We have a lot of crazy moments. What was a highlight moment for you as a DJ, and where was it?
Oh, it does the highlight have to be good or bad?
It could be it's you a highlight moment that you want
I'll
for you
give
as
you
a DJ.
I'll give you I'll give you one good one, and I'll give you one bad.
Okay.
Okay, so bad one was in New York City. I was hired by this chick that I know from the modeling world. And you know, I think this was like maybe 2017. So it's like really my first full year of DJing. So when they sent the playlist over, I did what I was told. Okay. Because I got paid. But when I tell you, when I got to the event, which was a fashion type of show, right? where it was one particular song, which was LL Cool J song, and the lady that hired me was going crazy like this. And I'm like trying to figure out what she's, yeah, I didn't know what she was saying. So I was like, what is going on? So she sent somebody over there. She gonna say I played the wrong version when she sent me that version.
Yeah. Them be the people. They got their own list. They got their own set. They want this and that. All right, now, okay, this your list.
So me being who I was, I didn't argue with the lady. I just kept right on DJing. I kind of blocked her out. I said I'll tend to her when I get done, you know. And that was kind of like a bad highlight because she all up there, you know, everybody can see her doing this. And I'm like,
right, instead of coming over whispering in your ear.
I'm like, man, she almost tried to embarrass. I was like, that's okay. But I handled it after the show. Professional. Right.
So let me know the good highlight. What's the good highlight?
Good highlight was I got hired by a group of guys, one from DC, one from the Virginia Beach area, to come and perform as the only and official female DJ of Men's Virginia Fashion Week. And I have been DJing for them for the last 5 years now. They will not hire no other female DJ.
Now, for people that don't know, just real quick, because I definitely I have a couple more questions for you. Just real quick, a lot of people don't understand the difference with these fashion shows and the clubs and the parties and stuff. Let them know that these fashion shows be popping. Like,
oh yeah, I get hired by New York Fashion Week. I get hired by Men's Virginia Fashion Week. I almost had a gig with DC Fashion Week, but I had already had a regular private gig, so I couldn't do it. But I've been DJing New York Fashion Week for 6 years. I was the model first for the same company for 6 years. But then I became their DJ. Same thing with the Men's Virginia Fashion. It's money to be made with these fashion shows, but you have to do the research for the fashion weeks, not just a regular local show in your city. No.
Right.
But if you do the fashion weeks, whatever is going on in your city, get in contact with the producer of that show and become one of their favorites. So that way, you know, every fashion week of that city each year, you're going to be booked.
And having an extensive knowledge of house music.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me.
Perfect.
Because let me tell you about New York Fashion Week. I had some designers, I'm telling you, they're crazy. Okay. They'll come up to me. Well, did you get my music? I'm like looking at the music. I'm like, Cardi B Hot Shit is not a fashion show song. I said, but I can replace it because I got the music. So yes, if you DJ the fashion weeks, you need house music for sure.
Yes.
And if you can't find none, I'll give you some. Also, they even have now, even on Apple, you can type in fashion show music, and they have it right there.
Now that's a good segue right there, where you just say you could get the fashion type music. So what are some things that you do as a DJ to stay up to date with the genres of music that study changing?
Well, I got a daughter, a son, and a granddaughter. That's number one. So they don't listen to the same music I listen to. So whenever I'm around them, they'll tell me what artist is coming out. But I also do my research too, because guess what? I have Apple. And so when I'm taking these long commutes to work, I start going through each artist. Like the other day, I was driving to work on Friday. I was listening to Lil Baby. And I mean, Lil Baby got some nice songs out here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not none of their fans like that, but I'm like, I'm gonna have to start listening more to Lil Baby. I didn't even like, what's the dude name that sings Oh, I can't think. Hold on. Let me think of him. Because you know who the Kodak Black. Oh,
Yes.
oh my God. I didn't really like him at all. I kind of still I guess I don't like his demeanor, but I'm starting to like his music. You know what I'm saying? Um
I actually deal with. I'm doing some marketing for the Sniper Gang label that he had for they're up and coming younger artists. So I
mhm.
tapped in with them for a little while.
But I try to listen to a lot of different artists, on my downtime. Even when I get with the fleet, which we come to next, but I listen to up and coming artists. I there's a lot of independent artists that I really
Right.
and truly hope they get something soon because there's some good artists out here.
All right. So look, we gonna narrow down to our last 10 minutes. Got a couple questions. We got 5 questions. This is from the Fleet Files and Straight Official Magazine. We have a section called Fleet Files, and these questions right here is straight out of Fleet Files. So number one, how did you become a part of Fleet DJs?
Um, I had just started working for KHUR Radio. And I've known Dino and Heavy, but I know Dino for like maybe 10 years now because when I lived in Texas. So, Dino was telling me about the Fleet DJs. I was like, I ain't never heard of no Fleet DJs. I've heard heavy hitters because I deal with some of those cats from Richmond, Virginia, but I've just never heard of the Fleet DJs. So I did my little research and I waited like almost a year after I was on his radio station because I wanted to be good at what I did
Right.
before I started out to a coalition.
Right. All right. So what was some of the immediate benefits that you may have able to gain access to once becoming a Fleet DJ? Because I know it's different for all of us.
Yeah, so the networking part of Fleet DJs is like to me, only to me, I can speak for me, it's fire. And the reason why I say that is because when I was reaching out to people in the DC, Maryland, and Virginia markets to help and guide me as a female DJ, I ain't getting no help. Okay. So I was like, I'm gonna join a coalition. So as soon as I came in, the first two people, one was from Colorado and one was from New York, right?
Right.
So, I needed to know some things on software, probably some hardware too. Hardware. And with those two cats that and I always refer back to them, which is P Money and Baby G, them two,
Salute.
you got one working this area, then you got another one working this area. And then when those two started helping me, I was like, okay, this might work. This might work. So then as I started to get into Fleet a little bit more by meeting people, coming on the Zoom calls, meeting different DJs, whether they male or female from different cities, different states. It was exciting to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I get to get some knowledge from them, some help from them, and vice versa, because I can help too.
Right.
But I've only been a DJ. I'm going into my 7th year. So to me, I'm still fairly new, but not so new. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
So
So
with 7 years in the game. Well, 7 years in the game, but how long with Fleet?
I've been with Fleet 1 year and about 5 months.
All right, well, let me salute you right now as another Fleet DJ, Fleet model manager, VA state manager. Hey, salute as a Fleet DJ in 1 year. That's major. So let me ask you this though. We gonna stay on that portion. Um, what do you think that it takes with a group like Fleet DJs with well over 650 something members? What do you think that it takes to get recognition? Because obviously you done got some type of recognition to where as though you're able to get some of these spots or get in these certain divisions and you know do a lot of more stuff than people that's just coming in able to do. So what do you think does it that it takes to get the type of recognition?
Well, I think first of all, you gotta understand the crowd you're dealing with, the group you're dealing with, and you also gotta network with people. You cannot come into no group. Same thing like with my sorority. You can't come in a sorority and not meet people, not voice your opinion, um, and not work well together with people. Me, I don't like no chaos. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Um, if you got chaos, I don't want to be no parts about it. None. I just want to come in here, gain some knowledge with Fleet to understand how some DJs may do things that they do, how some of the models do things that they do, and vice versa with the rest of the divisions. But personally, if you don't have open line of communication with people, it ain't gonna work. I don't care what kind of group you in.
Right.
And if you're not marketing yourself, I market myself. And you know, a lot of people's like, Pynk Dyamond, you be on everything every day, all day long. I'm like, you don't have to look at it all day long.
But
Pretty much.
that's your job at this point. You're a professional DJ, you're a professional model, and you run a professional business as well. So you know we gotta do what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
you know,
I like to salute you right now, and I'm pretty sure everybody else going to salute you once they see this. You know, like really conquering the game right now, and to be able to. For me, the craziest thing for me to salute you on is the fact that you're able to be a state manager and an assistant to the whole entire fleet models, and still run your own business and still DJ. You know what I'm saying? That's immaculate. You know, I salute you for that. That's a lot of hats, and you able to manage it. So you know, salute to you on that. You know.
I appreciate
Um,
that for sure. Yo, this is DJ Pynk Dyamond. I want to give a shout out to DJ Swag 100. Make sure y'all check him out. And also, I want to give a good shout out to Straight Official Magazine.